I don't think if the numbers are stable, Sara Duterte is more likely to win.
Naku po.
Kasi you only the numbers are stable.
stable.
I mean, mainly because you can win by a vote of one, plurality.
Plurality.
Okay, like that. But I hope Sara Duterte, when she becomes president, will have a more nuanced foreign policy. And I've always supported this, and this is also one of my memos to Bongbong Marcos. Strategic autonomy means you're not choosing between these two hegemons, but you have a more nuanced foreign policy, which means that whichever one gives us, channels for selling our banana, pineapple, etc., economic diplomacy.
Naku, sure na daw itong si VP Sara base dito kay Prof. Clarita Carlos. Paano ba yan? Partida ha, aso pa ho ni Marcos Jr. ang nagsasabi niyan. Ito kasi si Prof. Clarita Carlos nung nagdaang eleksyon 2022, siya ho yan sa mga pinakikinggan na political analyst. Pagka nagsalita yan, maraming naghihintay ng kanyang mga punto de vista. Kaso bigla ho siyang nawala sa sirkulasyon noong naging advisor ho siya ni Marcos Jr. Kahit anong kapalpakan ang gawin ng administrasyon sa ekonomiya, sa anong korupsyon o kung ano pa man, di na ho natin narinig na nagsalita yung ali na yan. Ika nga siguro malapit na 2028 kaya nagpaparamdam na naman tong si Clarita Carlos, di ba? Pero huwag kang mag-alala ma'am, alam na namin karakas nyo. Kaya para doon sa mga kasama natin, huwag kayong magpasilaw sa pera. Dahil pagka nagpasilaw kayo sa pera, matutulad kayo dito kay Clarita Carlos. Kahit na puro kapalpakan na ginagawa ng administrasyon, hindi kayo makakaalagwa. Dito sa video na to, pag-usapan din ho natin itong mga Ray Mulya na tanong. Saan? Pagka bumuka talaga mga bunganga nito, puro pera. Umbira pati dito kay Saldi ko, pera na naman. Pero bago yan, siya like at siyang subscribe. Masaya na ho tayo dyan sa mga gusto sumali sa ating community. Yung join button, nandyan lang ho sa baba. Ayun na nga, re-recta ho kagad tayo dito kay Boeing Ray Mulya. Pero sa tingin natin, pasadaan na ho muna natin itong kay, ang pangalan to, itong kay Saldico. Ombudsman, pinayuan si Saldico na magsaoli muna ng pera bago makipag-ugnayan sa gobyerno. Palakpakan natin. Nakakatawa, bakit napakamukhang pera nyo? Ibang klase Brigada ho yan, brigada. Bakit napakamukhang pera nito mga Remulia na to? Pambihira, anak na to. Hindi pa pwedeng yung restitution sa kana kasi hindi naman yan ang pinag-uusapan Squeeze muna natin lahat ng nalalaman nitong mama na to. Tapos, doon tayo mag-usap ng restitution. Lahat ng ninakaw, isusoli niyan. Diba? Kunin natin lahat ng ari-arian niya, pati yung lahat ng meron siya kunin natin. Pero hayaan muna natin siya magsalita. Kasi dito sa mga ganitong klaseng statement, yung tipong, siyempre tatakutin mo yan, anak ng toka. Yung kasakiman talagang nasa mga politiko na yan. Pagka sinabihan mo na isaoli, magbayad muna, magbigay muna ng pera bago magsalita. Anak ng toka, mananahimik talaga yan. Di ba ano magsasalita? Akin na to Ba't pa ako magsasalita? Bahala kayo dyan. Yan ang mentalidad ng mga magnanakaw na politiko. Kita nyo naman ho yan. Pagka talaga magkakaipitan na, magkakanya-kanya na yan. Di ba? Ngayon, nasa ibang bansa na nga tapos babanatan mo pa ng ganyan. Talagang hindi mo na makikita yung si Zaldico. Kaya para dito sa mga Remulia na to, anak ng toka, malaki pananagutan nyo sa bayan ng Pilipino. Hindi nyo ginagawa ang trabaho nyo. Rekta ho tayo dito kay Boeing Remulia.
Sir, yun nga, can you tell us in Tagalog?
Oo. Sige.
Sir, yung
Nakipag-ugnayan daw sa kanya. Yeah. Sige, sigang-siga no?
yung naging pakikipag-ugnayan allegedly ng kampo po ni Zaldico sa inyo.
Merong may kaibigan ako na kaibigan ng mga pare.
Tapos sir,
At meron daw kaibigan si Saldico na pare na kasama sa kakausapin namin. Yeah.
tapos sir, you asked for...
Kasi nanggaling daw si Saldico sa seminaryo ng araw. He was a seminarian. So, yung classmate niya na naging pare, yun ang nag-broach ng idea. Pero pangatlo na itong kausap ko parang third source na. At pangatlong tulay na yun.
So mukha talagang nakikipag-ugnayan para
Hindi ko alam. Sa akin kasi, kung pwedeng pag-usapan na. Kasi, limitadong oras natin dito Dapat matapos kagad yung ganitong problema. Kasi,
alam din ho kasi ni Boeing Ray Mulya. Pagka hindi nila naayos yan, at sigurado tayo hindi nila maaayos yan, si VP Sara aayos yan. Alam na ho nila. The clock is ticking, ika nga. sa ayot sa gusto nila. Kahit ikaw, boy, alam mo naman, di ba? Anak ng toka. Pag naging presidente si Bibi Sara, kahit anong tigas mo, anak ng toka, palalambutin ka niya.
Bitin-bitin ang bansa natin. Nasa bingit tayo ng kahirapan.
Baka bitin na bitin yung pagnanakaw ng mga nasa kapangyarihan ngayong mga panahon na to. Di ba? Baka bitin na bitin. Yun ang
Dito, pag
bitin na
hindi natin
bitin.
inayos ito.
Tapos sir, may hinihingi kayo sa kampo niya ni Zaldico.
Hindi, sabi ko nga, basta restitution, pag-usapan kagad. Kasi kung talagang willing kayo, then masoli kayo.
Sir, kailangan ba mag-restitute muna bago kayo makipag-usap?
Hindi naman. Kaya lang, that's always part of the...
Grabe, apakamukhang pero ho nitong mga Remulla nito. Anak ng takwari, wala nga sa batas niya, sinasabi mo na yan eh. Diyan kayo nagkakagulo sa Senado, diyan kayo nagtalo nitong si Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Di natin sinasabi dito na hindi sila mag-restitution. Pero ang atin dito, hindi yun na nakalagay sa batas. Di ba? Hindi yun na nakalagay sa rules. Walang restitution, merong restitution kaso saka pa darating yun. Hindi yung ika nga pagka gusto nitong si Boying Remulla, restitution kagad. Yun na kagad ang mangyayari doon. Hindi yung ganun yun mga kababayan. May proseso pagdadaanan kaso ang gusto nila makapagpapogi. O yan, si Saldi ko, tingnan nyo naman. Kasi pag nag-restitute si Saldi, ibig sabihin talagang masusolidify yung kanilang claim na talagang nagnakaw si Saldi. Totoo namang nagnakaw si Saldi. At pwede ho nilang gawin na ibuntod lahat ng sisi kay Saldi. Papunta pa lang kayo, basta na nasambay ng Pilipino ang gusto nyo mangyari kayo, mga walang niya kayo.
Composition. Kasi kung iintay mo na ang korte ang magsasabi kung magkano isa sa uli, baka 20 taon na hindi pa tapos yan. Diba? Nangyayari yan eh.
Sir, may hinihingi ba sila sa inyo? Meron bang kondisyon?
Wala naman kondisyon. Ang mahalaga lang ay, sabi ko nga, ako, makikipag-usap ako, kinakailangan.
Pero sir, itong sinasabi niya na mag-restitute, nakarating na to sa kampo mismo.
Siguro naman nakarating na yun. Sabi ko naman sa kanila, dapat yun ang una nating isama sa usapan. Ano yun? Makikipag-usap ka, wala kang kasalanan, tapos wala kang bibigay, wala kang isasoli. Anong pag-uusapan natin?
May sosooli, pero hayaan natin ng korte magdesisyon noon. Hindi yung ura-urada magsosooli tapos hindi natin malaman kung saan napunta yung sinooli. At hindi alam na sambayan ng Pilipino kung gaano kalaki ang dapat isooli. Ang estratehiya ko kasi nitong mga Remulla na to, bara-bara. Yung talagang pampapogi lang ba? Yung restitution, dapat mag-restitution kayo. Dapat ibalik nyo. Yung kinuha nyo. Ngayon, hindi naman natin malaman kung gaano kalaki ba ang dapat ibalik ng mga dapat magsuoli ng pera. Basta ang ideya nito mga Remulla na to, pagka ikaw nagsaoli, ibig sabihin nagnakaw ka. Totoo naman, dapat magsaoli yan si Saldico. Di natin sinasabing dito si dapat nagsaoli. Pero yung tamang proseso. Alam ng sambay ng Pilipino at ika nga naka-audit yung perang isusoli. At doon sa tamang lugar, tamang halaga, at pinag-usapan sa korte yung magkano ang isusoli. Hindi yung magdedesisyon yung mga makakausap ni Saldico kung magkano ang isusoli niya. Ako nyo ba mga kababayan? Kasi magkakaroon ng napakalaking lokohan kung sakaling yung magsusuoli itong si Saldico, ang magdedesisyon kung magkano ang isusoli yung mga kausap niyang mga politiko. Yun ang problema natin dyan.
Diba? Wala kayo pag-uusapan. Ano bang pag-uusapan nyo? Kung wala sasauli, diba?
Intention ng pag-uusap? Was it to cooperate?
Hindi, siguro ano yan, hindi ko, mga well-meaning people want to serve as a bridge. Kasi nga, third hand na yan eh. But of course, we still entertain it because it's part of the job. Kasama sa trabaho.
Kasi naman, after yung news na yan, biglang nag-file sila sa Supreme Court.
Mga abogado yan, kanya-kanyang taktika yan. Alam mo naman yan, may patak yan eh. May singil yan sa bawat pleading. Diba? Every stage of any proceeding.
Anak ng Petrang Karamata, ito talaga si Boying Remulla. Kakaiba ka, bro! Ano na yan? Obvious na yun, natural, meron talagang bayad yan. Pero para ika nga pangalandakan, alam naman natin yan na estratehiya talaga nila yan. Ang usapan dito, yung bang estratehiyang ginagawa nyo para mapauwi, mapakanta, isa si Saldico, epektibo ba? Base sa ating nakikita, hindi gumagana. Kasi kung gumagana ho yan mga kababayan, wala ho tayo ngayon dito sa usapan na to na kung saan di natin malaman kung nasaan na si Saldico. Diba? Kung sabihin mo kay Saldico, bibigyan ka namin ng protection dito, umuwi ka. Lahat ng resources ng pamahalaan, walang mangyayaring masama sa'yo. Pero siguraduhin mo, umuwi ka at ilabas mo lahat ng nalalaman mo. Ganun na kasimple. Di ba? Ganun ang gawin natin kay Saldi. Uuwi yan. Uuwi si Saldi ko. Sigurado tayo dyan. Oh. Ilabas mo lahat ng nalalaman mo. Pangalanan mo lahat ng involved dito. Uwi ka dito. Kaming bahala sa'yo. Pero hindi ka pwede maging state witness. Appropriation chairperson kayo. Huwag naman tayo maglukon doon.
May single lang abogado.
Pero sir, magpa-prosper ba?
Ito ka lang,
Usap ba
bigado.
at the very least yung sa Supreme Court po na petition?
Hindi, at tingin ko, hindi. Yun nga, kasi fugitive from justice. Hindi mo siya. Ang sinasabi lang ng Supreme Court dyan, kung nakakulong ka, may karapatan ka. Pero kung ikaw tumata ka sa batas, wala kang karapatan. Di ba? Eh, tama naman yun eh. Tama naman yun.
Pero sir, may very bad figures kung mag-submit yan dun sa
Kakausapin ko talaga, titignan ko kung saan sila aabot. Kasi nga, kung kami mag-uusap, madali pagkasunduan ng maraming bagay, di ba? Kasi ang ombudsman law gives a lot of leeway to the ombudsman to solve his problems. Eh.
So sir, dun sa pakikipag-usap, may possibility na ma-lower yung sentence niya? Or
Oo, ganun.
State witness,
Oo.
nasa possibility rin ba yun? Pagiging state witness?
Pwede yan, basta nasa dahilan. Depende sa dahilan yan. Sa ngayon, wala akong nakikita, pero kung ipaliwanag sa akin na meron namang ganito, o meron ganon, baka sakali pwede. Diba?
And then sir, yung sa Sally and issue, may we know how many congressmen yung pinatry?
Kaya marami kami kailangan na salin eh. Kasi yung contractor controversy, kailangan ma-resolve natin to. Kasi conflict of interest yan. Diba? Code of ethics yan eh. Code of ethical standards yan ng government. Dapat hindi ka na, wala kang conflict of interest.
Sir, kasi yung ombudsman na to the properties allegedly linked to former Speaker Martin Romualdez.
Ano yan? Ano yan?
Yung properties allegedly linked
Oh,
to him.
what about it?
Is the ombudsman looking into
Oh yes, of course, of
the
course.
history of ombudsman like looking into corporate mayor?
Yeah, ginagawa rin namin yan. We're doing everything I mean, we're actually advanced already in that sense. Hindi kailangan we're just quiet about what we do. We cannot broadcast everything we do because
Papresko ka ng papresko. Natural, tatanungin ka. Ngayon, ayaw magsalita. Nagmumukha kang tanga, di ba?
sabi ko nga, we're going up against
Talaga to si Bonji.
well-paid lawyers.
Sir,
Diba?
yung sa Sally and issue ulit, balikan lang natin. Sir, ano po yung nireport sa inyo nung team po ninyo na humingi po sila ng mga Sally?
Yun nga, may sinasabi sa mga team namin na patadaanin pa raw sa plenary yung permission. Sabi ko, walang ganun eh. Hindi dapat padaanin sa plenary. Nasa Congress ako dati. Kabisado ko yung plenary. Hindi namin ginagawa yun. Marami na imbestigahan sa PIDAP nun. Hindi dumaan sa plenary.
What was the process then sir, nung nasa Congress?
Wala, basta inimbestigahan sila. Oo, marami kasi na-imbestigahan dyan sa PIDAF, di ba? Wala naman dumaan sa plenary dyan na
Oo. Inuubo ka na. 3 ubo ka na lang. Nakaisa ka na. So 2 na lang. Lang yan. Puro kabalbalan ka kasi Boying eh. Diba? Yan tuloy. Uubo-ubo ka na ngayon. Mabalita ho natin ha. Itong si Boying Remulla nananaba na ulit.
kailangan ng approval ng plenary para i-release ang salin. Eh. Walang ganun.
Ano nakikita
That
nila?
never happened before.
Bakit kaya parang
Ewan ko, di ko alam. Marami kasi nagreklamo siguro congressman, ayaw nila maimbestigahan. Pero tatamaan naman sila eh, kahit anong gawin mo.
Tapos, sir, you mentioned may conflict of interest din sa SecGen.
Possible.
Bakit po, sir?
Nagtrabaho na yan dati ron. Tingnan mo yung kanyang buy data.
kanina sir?
Sa house. Nasa house dati yan. She used to work in the house. You check her out. Don't get it from me. Mag-imbestiga naman kayo.
Sir, kayo ba sir may
Pataman niyo,
panawagan na lang kayo sa mga kasamahan ninyo sa Congress na
Just cooperate. Ayaw namin makasakit ng tao. Gusto namin maiayos ng bansa. Di ba?
Biga.
Sir, how's the
Ayos eh.
investigation on the Cobra files or whatever?
Marami kaming mga ano dyan. Marami kaming problema dyan. Kaya hindi namin kaya hindi ako nagko-comment dyan. Inaayos pa. Titingnan ko pa.
Nice pa.
Sir, pwede ko pong i-elaborate yung ano, kanina you somehow expressed dissatisfaction with AMLAC.
Nabagal sila. They're very slow.
Sir, di ba they need a CA, I think a CA order, di ba? Para,
Kaya nga mabagal eh. Kasi nga, ang bagal lang nila, dadaan pa ka sa korte pagkatapos, di ba? Dapat dyan, mabilis sila. May AI naman, meron naman silang mga gamit na, they have the expertise, they're the experts.
over the weekend, sir, I think they disclosed na 25 billion na freeze. So, you think that's not enough?
Kulang yun. Kulang yun. Kulang na kulang yun. Maliit yun.
Sir, may gusto ko pa idagdag.
Wala na. Okay na si Boying doon. Kayo naman, ang haba na ng interview ni Boying. O, lipat ho muna tayo dito kay ano. Meron tayo? Nako, yan na nga ba sinasabi natin, ha? Nag-iisip na yung mga vlogger ng DDS ngayon, ha? Paninindigan o kwarta. Nako, matindi. Para doon sa mahilig sa kwarta ng mga vlogger. Di ba? Ayan na, pagkakataon nyo na yan. Naknantaw ka, may pera na kay Marcos Jr., lipat na kayo doon. Joke lang. Kay Duterte kayo, kay lilipat. Naknantaw ka. Meron din naman views dito, kay lilipat doon. Kay PRRD tayo, kay Duterte tayo, DDS tayo, hindi tayo di ba? DDS. Ngayon, pagka yung pinapanood nyo, hindi niya malaman kung ano siya, mag-isip-isip na kayo dyan. Walang gray area dito. Kung DDS ka. Kung pinklawan, dilawan ka, talyanista, ensaymada, doon ka. Kung DDS ka, doon ka lang. Walang gray area dito na pwede ako dito sa gitna maglalaro. Walang ganon. Magmumukha kang tanga dyan. Anak ng tawa, di ba? Magmumukha kang tanga, wag ganon. O, malinaw yun ha, yung mga DDS na gusto lumipat. Utang na loob. Pag ang gagawin yan, di maganda yan, ha? Hindi niyo kakapogi yung yan. Hindi niyo kakapogit kakaganda yan. Ano ba naman makabalbalan nito si Sandro? Dito tayo kay Sandro. Sandro Marcos. Ano pa meron dito kay Ate Sandra? Charis, game. No work, no pay. Sa mga mambabatas, isinusulong ni Rep Sandro sa Kamara Pampira. Di pinagmumura ka. Ano mga kasama mo dyan? Anak ng tao ka, hindi na dumadalo. Ginagamit lang nila yung MOOE nila, papasyal-pasyal, pa-travel-travel. Di ba gusto pagmumurahin ka ng mga yon? Huwag mo sabihin, anak ka ni Marcos Jr. Anak ng tao ka, pati yung trip nila, pinakikialaman mo ha. Kasi kahit pagka hindi nagtatrabaho yung mga yan, binabayaran mo natin yan. Kunyari, yung mga yan hindi papasok, katabi lang yung mga kabit nila. Pati yung kabit nila, binabayaran natin yung mga yan. Ngayon, pagka sinira ni Sandro Marcos yung trip nila na yan, anak ng tawa, maghahalaw ang balat sa tinalupang. Kaya naman, re-rekta ho tayo ngayon dito kay Prof. Clarita Carlos. Matindi itong interview niya na to. Game!
Talaga.
Ma'am, welcome po sa The Spokes, Ate Clarita. Ako po yung kaibigan ni Professor Pancho Lara. Naging guest rin po namin dito.
Okay.
Visit
It's a
talaga
very
itong
good
tao.
friend and colleague.
Hindi namin kayo makuha, kaya pinagtiisan ho namin siya.
Lagot ka kay Pancho.
Ninong ko po, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can I ask the first question lang? Go ahead. And then kasi I'm intrigued kay ma'am kasi sila po yung pinakaunang babae na naging presidente at civilian at that ng National Defense College. So traditionally kasi di ba? It's not only male-dominated, but normally military officers had that.
Yes.
So why were you chosen?
Because she's bright. It's an obvious answer.
No, because
Upset. Umayos ka.
this was in 1998. For a good while, I was a consultant of Orly Mercado on foreign relations.
Orly Mercado.
So when he became Secretary of National Defense, Guy took him actually so many months to cajole me to accept it because I'm a proper person in terms of administration. I've always been a professor. So ano naman kinalaman ko administering a college? So it took a while before I caught on to the idea that, yeah, sige, tulungan kita. That's how it
If you're saying you're bobo, ma'am, ako bobo rin ako eh. Ibig sabihin matalino tayong dalawa.
No, I mean,
we're just being humble.
No, because the only thing I know
true.
would be to teach and to do research. And not to administer a college.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
alam ko naman yung limits ng capabilities ko.
But that was a breakthrough in terms of gender and recognition of your skill and talent and knowledge to head a department. Sabi mo nga po, as a male-dominated agency of the Department of Defense. So again, ma'am, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. But I think we should make it clear that as a social scientist, gender as well as being civilian or military, they're not predictor variables. That is why yung president ng National Defense College, nagpupusta-pustahan yung mga tao na, ngayon si Carlos, siguro 1 week lang yan. Maano na yan. Sobra yung demolition job eh.
But
you
were also the first national security advisor ata na babae, if I'm not mistaken, because that is also male-dominated.
I believe so. And it doesn't matter, So I said, gender and whoever I am, I'm a scholar, whatever my gender might be. Da?
Okay.
Diba?
That's true. Misogyny should have no place.
Yeah, yeah. And being a national security advisor, alam niyo, this is one of the few cabinet offices, di ba, o agencies, na hindi sikat eh. You don't hear it like tourism, etc. But the role is very important. So what actually is the mandate of the National Security Council?
Well, National Security Council really is, if you look at the organization of the president, it's that. This is the NSC. And I'm the head of that, and nakadapa ako sa 7 task forces. One of them is the NTF-ELCAC. Theoretically, I'm not supposed to do operational work because I'm a policy person. National Security Advisor ka. For reasons not known to me, historically, dumapa yung NSA sa 7 anti-terrorism, NTF-ELCAC, West Philippine Sea. And so, I was telling the president, parang nakatira na ako sa airport because I had to go to the insurgent areas and find out what's happening here. Na-clear na ng military. Pagkatapos, yung mga civilian agencies ay walang ginagawa. When they should be coming in, i-address mo kung ano yung ugat ng insurgency, dahil babalik na naman yan. Di ba, mamumundok na naman yan.
But you're also considered an expert when it comes to the West Philippine Sea.
I don't know. I hesitate to use the word expert. And let's say I'm teaching a course on geopolitics. In kahapon may klase ako on geopolitics. And that's one of the rival claims that we discuss.
We are in the first island chain group, and that poses a threat to us in the sense that when war breaks out, they'll try. Is there a fear, or is there a possibility that China not just invading Taiwan, but also looking at Philippines as an area where they should strike?
Well, less likely. The only reason why the dynamics had changed is that when the president shifted from considering China as a neighbor, a partner, is when the continued bellicose and aggressive actions in the South China Sea became so much, and the president, as the chief architect of our foreign policy, moved towards the orbit of the United States. I saw that coming in because I left 6.5 months into my being NSA.
Right.
And I guess we've got to give it to the president to make the final determination on which move to take.
Yes.
But I remember his father, the first Marcos, had made a deliberate effort to move us away and not make us the tail of the American kite. And for a while, I thought Bongbong would do the same. And,
Yun po yung sinasabing Russian card dati. During the time of the late President Marcos, to leverage the Philippines diplomatically.
Yeah, I guess it was, among all the presidents, and we've had 17 thus far,
Yes,
from Aguinaldo to the present. It was only President Marcos who has, not only because I wrote about him in my PhD dissertation, who really has a good and deep and broad understanding of foreign policy.
Foreign policy.
The rest are just so, I don't like to use that word. We will be banned here. Let us say,
Sanay ho kami.
parang mababa sa listahan ng kanilang...
We already had one co-host being hounded by the NBI, so
Yeah.
Now I guess.
I don't want to be part of that list.
Okay.
Yan na si Mike Defensor.
Yeah. So, kasi the President of the Republic is the chief architect of foreign policy. NSA nandyan lang siya sa side, no? And usually yung NSA is a scholar on international relations.
Yes.
Because dapat siya
Foreign
meron
policy.
siyang gagap talaga ng malalim at malawak ng pag-intindi ng anong nangyayari sa buong mundo na that will intrude into our concerns as a republic.
Historically kasi, China is not as powerful as it is today.
Of course.
So, during the time of mga presidents, before EDSA, yung China hindi masyadong pinapansin pero biglang bumangon at malakas na. Kaya nga dati, ang geopolitical situation is between the US and Russia at naipit tayo. Now, because we had the US bases here, question lang mo, our geography, our closeness to China, is that a factor or should that be considered as a factor in our foreign policy pronouncements and practices?
Geography is always a major factor. It's not just a factor, it's a major factor. When you look at my syllabus on geopolitics, you'll find out that the contest between India, Pakistan, and Kashmir, Cyprus, Chechnya, etc., it's all because of the accident of geography. They were just located where they are located right now.
So, in case of war between Taiwan and China, our geography, ang sinasabi lang sa whether we like it or else, will be a part probably of that. We will be a part of that conflict between
We should
the two
not be. We stupid people, We already supported one China policy.
Yes.
Why is it that our articulations about that and our actions are not in consonance with what we are... how many times, i-content analyze mo yung speeches ni President Bongbong. Paulit-ulit niya sinasabi. One China means Taiwan is a province. Probinsya niya yun. Diba? Ikaw ba mag-supply ka, Edwin, ng armas sa California or whatever, any one of the 50 states? Magagalit Amerika, diba? Magagalit si Trump. Yan ang ginagawa niya ngayon sa Taiwan.
But the US is not friendly with China, and so are other Western
They
powers.
are naman. Not on,
Yeah,
they are
but-
friendly.
Feeling ko, ang administrasyon, di nila pinakikinggan ang advice nito si
Yes. Diplomatic.
mga haye.
May crack because of the tariffs,
Yeah,
the
but
US economy.
when you look at international politics, you have to, I don't know the term, dichotomize
Yeah.
between the economic and trade relations and
Yes.
the political. That's why I always introduce the
agree
concept
po.
of high politics and
yes,
low
po.
politics. We can never agree on who owns the South China Sea. Okay, because nobody owns anything. Nobody owns the airspace, the land, or the waters.
Sabihin mo kay sabihin mo kay Kiko Pangilinan. Hindi nyo ba ibabas itong si Prof. Clarita Carlos, sinasabi niya, nobody owns West Philippine Sea, South China Sea. Hindi nyo ba ibabas?
Cannot be divided. Okay, and so what we need to do is set aside the high politics of territory and sovereignty and work on the low politics area. Yun, people to people, academic exchanges, marine scientists, cooperating with marine scientists. Alam mo, lingid sa kaalaman ng marami. Kasi ang kapitbahay ko sa UP, si marine scientist Mike Fortes, for the past 30, 40 years, they have been cooperating with the marine scientists of China. And they're not talking territory. They're talking about the sea plants. They're talking about the ocean. They're talking about one ecology.
Yes.
Because there's only one ecology. Sana may map tayo rito, no?
Yes, yes.
Kasi pag makita mo dyan sa map, the coastal areas is, dyan pinapanganak yung mga fish.
Yes.
Saan siya lumalaki? Siyempre susundan niya yung ambient, Nandun siya lumalaki, Edwin, dun sa part ng China, or what China claims. Paano naman yung isda natin? Maski isa hindi nagbibigay, di ba?
I agree with you. Kaya alam mo, that used to be my district when I was congressman.
Ay, yeah?
Yes. Infanta, Dasul,
Yeah.
Ang problema ko kasi, because powerful yung China, militarily speaking, they deny our fisher folks of their regular livelihood. Hirap na nga ho yung buhay sa Pilipinas, especially the fisher folks. Haharasin mo pa, haharangin mo pa. So, in other words, I think the UNCLOS decision should have made that clear na yung West Philippine Sea, yung West Philippine Sea, yung part lang naman ng Pilipinas yun eh. It's not the entire South China. Should also be respected in that sense.
Yeah. But because I'm following this story very closely.
Yes po.
Well, 2 weeks ago, China came out with a rather radical stance in regard to the UNCLOS. For the first time, they said that there are overlapping claims between the Philippines and China. They have never said that.
Before.
Which means, because we're both signatory to UNCLOS, US, by the way, is
But
not signatory.
there's no such thing as an overlapping claim because their claim is the 9-dash line.
Yes.
And there
Yes.
are no
Yes.
longitudes, there are no grid specific. So
And drawing lang niya ng somebody in the
it was
40s, no? During the time of Mao.
Grade 1
So ngayon papasok yung sinasabi nitong si Senator Rodante Marcoleta na kailangan talaga natin ng coordinates. Aray mo.
during the time of it was during the time of Chiang Kai-shek because it was the people's
Yes.
Yeah.
people's the nationalist
Yeah,
China
the
that grew
Civil
up.
War,
In fact,
no?
it was an 11-dash line. It
Yeah.
made 9. Now it's a 10-dash line.
Nagugula na nga ako, 9 ba yan? O 10 or 11?
That's why I disagree with the statement that there are overlapping claims
Yes,
because
yes.
Yeah.
it's very clear under the UNCLOS, in which China is a signatory,
Yeah.
why they adhere to
Fine,
UNCLOS,
yeah.
but they're also espousing their 9-dash line, which has no basis in fact or in geography.
Well, the reason, Edwin, that I saw that as a breakthrough is that for a long time, they never made that kind of articulation.
Yes.
Now, why is that important to us? Because there are dispute settling mechanism under the UNCLOS, which means you can invoke that. Di ba, you're both lawyers and so,
Di
I'm
po,
not a lawyer.
I'm not a liar, I'm a lawyer.
I just tease Nani Braganza po. Inunahan ako.
Yeah, kasi I'm a political scientist kasi so, but still I want to understand the legal, ramifications of all this. And I think a short anecdote will tell you how if we keep on pounding on China said that this is what it should be. In 2001, we were in Tokyo for a roundtable discussion. It's an international grouping, and I was the first one to present a paper. And nag-uumpisa na ako mag-present, taas ng kamay yung isang nandyan sa katapat ko. Sabi ko, ano ba ito? Taas ng kamay. Ayaw niya akong pasalitain. Kasi sabi niya, we cannot internationalize. Kasi yung paper ko tungkol sa South China Sea. Okay. Siyempre, yung Japanese, ayaw niya mag-rule as chair. Tinanong niya ako, sabi ko, I'm a political scientist, no? And I wrote this paper with a fancy title of being president of the National Defense College. So given that, pinabasa niya sa akin yun. Nag-present ako. The thesis of the paper is exactly yan. Go for the low politics area, functional cooperation, and set aside the territorial and sovereignty issues.
Ma'am,
You know what happened then?
Yes po. Yes, may apologies.
After that, let me finish the short anecdote.
Yes
No?
po.
Umikot yung tao na yun. PLA general pala siya.
Oh.
Kinuha niya yung kamay ko. Bigay ko sa akin kamay mo. Ganyan sabi niya. Wow,
Ma'am, mabuti wala
President.
kayong sing-sing, baka makuha ko pa.
Sabi niya, President Carlos, sabi niya gano'n. Gusto ko yung he said that of course in English. Gusto ko yung sinabi mo, sabi ko, kanina nga ayaw mo akong pagsalitain. What's my point, Edwin? Ang point ko, just keep on pounding to them that they cannot continue to do their aggressive and bellicose actions in the South China Sea. And it will hit them. We thought we should have a hegemon who is now benevolent. At kapareho ka pala ng Amerika, nasanggano ka rin. So, dalawa na kayong sanggano.
Dr.
Diba?
Go ahead,
Dr.
go ahead.
Carlos, you seem to have an optimistic view that China will not invade us, considering
No,
that
yeah, less likely.
the Philippines is already providing logistical support. We have defensive ammunitions here.
Yeah.
We've got the bases are here. We have visiting forces
EDCA.
agreement. We have a mutual defense treaty, and we are entering into so many visiting forces agreement with
other
India,
countries.
with Australia.
Yeah.
So how can you, as China,
I'm,
not look at us, the Philippines, as something that we should really consider when we hit Taiwan? Because that's also the tabletop scenario of all the defense analysts.
Yeah. Kasi importante yung magsaliksik tayo ng kasaysayan. 1981, I had a research fellowship in Hong Kong and the Chinese University there. And I saw how the relationship between the U.S. and the Philippines were really how the relationship between U.S. and China and us as another political actor were really based on the relationship between the two. So, inano ko may graph yun yung ginawa kong article doon. I saw that article. In other words, parang hindi tayo major player.
Right.
If this were a chessboard, ang major player, parang I don't know kung sino tayo doon, ang major players talaga yun. And it continues to this day. The reason why, Edwin, I'm guardedly optimistic that it is less likely, nobody wants to go to war.
Right.
Pati si Trump.
But there's already a timetable for Xi Jinping to
2027.
2027. But I think it's going to be delayed because of the purging of the generals.
In China.
Yes, but there are a lot of, kasi I'm sure you also have access to alternative narratives there, no? But I think more likely than not, China would like to have us in its corner.
Correct.
Yes.
And as NSA and even beyond, and up to this time, I've had very deep continuing conversations with Wang Xilian, the former ambassador, and now Ambassador Guan. And I know Guan is a little bit more, more assertive than Wang Xilian. But I think his heart is in the right place. In fact, nung unang meeting namin, nung Chinese Embassy function, kailan ba yun? 2 weeks ago, I told him really that, these things that are happening, kasi nagsabi siya tungkol kay Tariela, sabi ko, but also these are reactions to things which are happening on the ground. And of course, I didn't elaborate. That was not the right venue for me to raise it. But I'll raise it nevertheless.
Ma'am, question lang. Actually, it's just a question. Unang-una, yung UNCLOS decision is not only good for the Philippines. It's good for all countries.
You mean 2016?
Na
arbitral.
merong coastal, yes po, may coastline. Ang problema ko po doon kasi walang enforcement mechanism. You can always talk and talk and talk. Walang enforcement
Correct.
mechanism. Eh, alam naman po natin na law does not stop ships, power does.
Correct.
So in other words,
It's called realpolitik.
realpolitik. Hindi ko niya naintindihan nung sinabi ko kanina.
It's a German term.
Dr. Carlos, let me ask you, do we risk becoming a proxy's battleground in a superpower country? But before you answer that, the spokesman
Yung policy making yung policy making ng gobyerno. And how will this impact on our long-term strategy considering na their views of China are also quite different?
Yes. Because Dr. Carlos, remember in Duterte, we pivoted towards the China orbit. And now Marcos is now is now with the US orbit. So if it's a Sara, we go back to the China. And that's a concern, by the way, why, and this is a concern why they did not support the withdrawal of support for Sara, because the military thinks, babalik tayo sa China, huwag na lang.
Hindi, mali yun. Ang sabi ng mga military, nako, may sabi tayo dun sa issue ng anomalya, baka na-deliveran din yung iba na mali-malitang pera, kaya hindi nila gusto si Sara. Hindi sa kung ano mang polisiya pa naman.
Ang dami niyang sanga, no? I don't think if the numbers are stable, Sara Duterte is more likely to win.
Naku po.
Kasi the numbers are stable. I mean, mainly because you can win by a vote of one, the plurality.
Plurality.
Okay, like that. But I hope Sara Duterte, when she becomes president, will have a more nuanced foreign policy. And I've always supported this, and this is also one of my memos to Bongbong Marcos. Strategic autonomy means you're not choosing between these two hegemons, but you have a more nuanced foreign policy, which means that whichever one gives us, channels for selling our banana, pineapple, etc., economic diplomacy.
It sounds like China, Prof. It sounds like Duterte foreign policy. Yan, sinasabi mo na yan. Di ba narinig mo yung ginawa yan ni Digong? Friends to everyone, enemy to none. At yung ating export ng mga banana, pineapple sa bansang China noon talagang namayagpag. Eh ngayon wala ho eh. Di ba? Lahat na sinasabi na yan ni Clarita Carlos, yan yung ginawa ni Digong. At yan ang gustong gawin ngayon. Kung sakaling manalo daw si VP Sara, yan ang gustong mangyari, yan ang gustong gawin niya nitong si Vice President Sara Duterte. Palakpaano natin itong si Prof. Clarita Carlos. Pambihira. Anong nantawa, isa din pala gusto natin eh. Hindi mo sabihin, DDS ka din. Hindi ka magiging DDS. Hindi siya.
We go there. No? So India will do that, Russia, etc.
So you're saying, ma'am, when it comes to foreign policy, Pilipino muna.
Yes.
Pilipino muna.
Unahin mo yung interest natin.
Interest ng bansa,
Yes.
interest ng ordinaryong Pilipino.
Let me go to the weeds on that point, because everybody has been saying all governments have always advocated an independent foreign policy. But we are not, unlike India, which is another superpower, they can really say, I will have an independent foreign policy. We are not a superpower, so and our waters are being encroached by the Chinese. So we have nothing to go against. How does one really come up with an independent
that
foreign
word
policy?
independent is it's a bad word, because you can't put flesh on it.
Exactly.
All the economies are meshed, isn't it? We have already globalized.
When you say nuanced foreign policy, so you're talking about economic diplomacy.
Refine it. Magbasa kayo,
But
no?
are you saying, ma'am, multilateral, bilateral arrangements should be the trajectory of this country based on our national
Precisely.
interest?
There is no, these are just modalities.
Yes,
You
po.
do bilateral or you do multilateral,
Lateral.
depending ano yung issue area.
Yes.
Kasi yung sinasabi nila, dapat multilateral, mali. Ano yung issue area? Kung issue area would be mas maganda bilateral, bilateral tayo. You're dealing with the EU, multilateral yun. Kasi ASEAN, EU, black to black, di ba?
At wag mong itaya lahat sa isang basket ang foreign policy mo.
Yeah, wag isa lang ang trajectory
Ano nangyari? Ba't ito sa administrasyon na to tinataya lahat sa Amerika?
mo,
Yes.
dapat marami.
Ma-
Kaya nga, yung
Kanino yon? Kay Digong. Lahat kaibigan niya. Lahat nga dapat yung Pilipinas ang nananalo sa lahat ng dealing sa iba't ibang mga bansa. Hindi kagaya dito. Gusto ng Amerika bagong EDCA site. Walang problema. Bagong EDCA site. Naku, parang gusto ata maging presidente na tong si Prof. Clarita Carlos, itong si VP Sara, yari,
folks,
naloko
diba?
na.
Alam mo, tinitingnan ko kasi kung ano yung metaphor niya. Kanina nakaupo ako doon. Sabi ko, ano kaya ang ibig
Bali
sabihin?
po
ng
isang spokesman.
metaphorical.
Hindi
Yung
dahil
pala
sa
si
akin,
spokesperson
tinanggal yung
pala.
sa spokes dito. Hinabol po ng Nani Bragan sa investigation services sa labas. Yes po, so multilateral, bilateral, ano. Kahit dito po sa sa defense strategy ata ng Pilipinas ngayon, although yung Amerika ang nakaposisyon dito physically sa Pilipinas, we also have agreements or bilateral agreements with Japan, with Australia. At ito po ating bumubuo ng yung freedom of navigation, di ba? To protect naman international trade
Yeah,
within that
traditional
area.
international law. Yeah.
Dr. Carlos, you mentioned a while ago about the Trump's national defense strategy, and part of the
Yes.
strategy is requiring their global partners to take up more responsibilities in their own defense.
Yes.
And that includes the Philippines. And do you think we're able to
I like that.
bear our own defense?
I like that. In fact, hindi pa siya presidente, di ba? January 22 ata siya na gano'n. He already articulated that in several settings. And although some people really did not like the notion of sphere of influence,
Right.
I think that's the real politic right now on the ground. What he actually did was that, Vladimir Putin, bahala ka dyan sa Ukraine. At dito ako sa Western Hemisphere. In-expand niya yung Monroe Doctrine, di ba? And in a way, although hindi niya sinasabi na China dyan ka sa area of responsibility mo, that is what I want China to respond to benevolently. Total, parang binigyan ka ng carte blanche ni Trump, no? Kasi siya ngayon ng, orchestra, leader, no? Gawin mo yung magandang gawin mo,
ako po
dapat.
His recent po, balik ito po, in terms of defense, he's demanding from yung NATO countries to increase your budget spending.
No,
From
wala namang
2%
masama doon.
well, I do agree with you kasi dependent nga naman sa US.
Yeah.
Then on the matter of tariff is another issue. Kaya lang po ang problema
Kasi hindi naman siya nagbabasa, kanya yung tariff na lang ang alam niya. When you do not trade, tapos ayaw mo magkalkal ng kasaysayan,
Yes, sir.
mamamali ka talaga.
Isn't that dangerous?
It is
Kasi
dangerous.
A potential conflict between the US and China, again, might put us in a situation na obligado tayong either makiisa, sumama sa isa, versus sa kabila. Which technically is not our fight.
Kanya nga, i-design nating mabuti ang ating national
Sabay kindat nitong si Sir, no? Ganun ni Sir, anak na tao ka. Ano ho maliwanag ho Yan ang ginagawa talaga ng administrasyon na to sa ating foreign policy dyan sa problema ng Taiwan at China, dyan sa West Philippine Sea. Talagang puro palsipikado. Kaya naman, kung gusto nyo panoorin ng kabuuan ng video niya, punta lang ho kayo dyan sa Billionaire News Channel. So Luis, maraming salamat po sa pag-support sa PH Update. Mag-ingat po kayo lahat. Mahal natin Pilipinas.